All right, we're out here today at 1535 Reindeer Ridge. We're in Alpharetta, Georgia. So this roof actually got looked at by a Seek Now rep that I'm very, very familiar with, a guy named Mr. Jeffrey. Jeffrey is known, and you'll see it up here, he's known for marking the roof. Marking test squares, not marking the roof, and it's a misrepresentation of the roof to the homeowner. Or to the insurance carrier, and I'm going to show you why. We've got a ton of collateral damage down there that we'll get into. I've got photo reports of that, but this is exactly why I want to show you. So he says no hail damage. I'm standing right here on a pitch hopper. Don't get me wrong, roof's got granule loss. Most roofs that are getting considered for replacement do have granule loss because they're not brand new. But this is what I want to show you. So we've got multiple impacts here. A lot can say, oh, that's just granule loss and wear and tear, but most of these shingles, you're not having anything that's consistent looking like this. We've got granules mashed into the matting, but the important thing that I want to show you is, check that out. That is bruised matting. You know, right there, there's no questions that that's bruised matting. That does not happen from granule loss. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pull myself up this roof, and we're going to take a look at some other examples. So these areas right here, they're not marked, but hail impacts are everywhere. This roof's got pollen all over it as well. So you got to take that into consideration as well. All right, hang on to that for me. And I'm not stopping this video. You guys are going to see it from A to Z. All right. Hail impact, hail impact. This is what Mr. Jeffrey did. Actually, it looks like all the pollen has blown off of this because this was just here from this morning. We've got markings. He takes his shingle gauge and he measures everything and takes photos of it, but he does not mark anything. I don't know if that's him not wanting to be wrong, but I guarantee you that any of these that we pull up are going to have matting damage. There it is right there. There's no denying that that damage right there is blistering, wear and tear, or anything else, because that does not leave damage like that. You've got prior repairs here, so we're clearly showing the condition that this roof is, they're sealed down, but look at the creasing and granule loss there from this prior repair that the homeowner was trying to do to protect the property. Move along to this slope over here. You know, we can walk down this. Hail impact, and we're on a hip, or a gable, I'm sorry. The damage is everywhere, but he didn't want to mark anything. And this is becoming a problem with third-party ladder assist not wanting to take accountability or responsibility for marking up the roof, which is what they're out here to do. Hail impact to the hip, clear as day, not marked. We'll go back and check out what he did on the back slope. Ton of impacts back here on this metal. We got a front slope, nothing marked, but I promise that there's photos with a shingle gauge next to it. Back here, I think he did take a photo of that, but that looks like it's got some age to it. None of this is marked. This is the west slope, so it's going to be the most torn up. And we'll pull some of these. They've got matting damage. We're not looking at granule loss. I'm most excited to show you guys. This is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here in the top of this 10 by 10. There's another one. That's clear crater in the roof. I'm sure we could continue. I don't know what's going on there. A bunch of creasing going on. But let's take a look at this front slope. And then this left slope he's got going on right here. So on the front slope of the roof, he marked nothing. Okay? He marked nothing. But he did put his pitch gauge or a shingle gauge and take photos of stuff like this. But he didn't circle it because of the accountability. We just had a similar situation like this with another representative from Seek Now that services this area. Like, look, it's clear as day. You know, we're misrepresenting these roofs. We're misrepresenting these roofs. These ladder assist are. With the adjuster out here, there's no accountability being taken out here. Some of them are great. Others are bad. That's why I am going to take this video. I planned on doing it this morning, but that's why I'm taking this video, because too many of these third parties out here, I get it. Look, granule loss. Granule loss. There's a difference. Something impacted this, did not impact that. But this was his front, or I'm sorry, his left test square. That's soft as can be. I want to pull this up because I believe there's matting damage under there. And it was misrepresented this morning and not listed in the file. I would be right. That is matting damage right there. So all these roofs are being misrepresented when you've got ladder assist out here that, one, are not licensed. So I can understand why they're not wanting to take accountability. But number two, are just coming out here marking the roof up and then rolling out. That's not what we're here to do. You know, I'm sure they got paid the same amount for making these brackets as somebody would if they marked up everything. This is a front slope. None of this was marked. And I've learned, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and mark it because that's what they're out here to do. But at the end of the day, it gets to a point where, you know, enough is enough. You've got random hail impacts over this whole entire roof. You know, I understand some that are 2 or 3 years old, but this roof's a little ridiculous, you know. And we're gonna post this to YouTube, send this to State Farm. I'm gonna show you guys some of the collateral damage. We've got 2 sections of metal roofs that we had marked up. There's a dent down there in the gutter. There's another dent way down here in the gutter. There's another dent way back here in the gutter. There, it's picking up. But they're just getting misrepresented. I'm sure this roof is going to get put in with a report with the verbiage on it that says no storm-related damage. But I just showed you 4 examples on different slopes, breaking the seals loose, showing the matting damage. So we need to please make that make sense, and please have some accountability when going through these reports. We're looking deeper than just surface level, what the inspector is recommending or what they're saying. There's damage on this roof. Thank you.